You ever notice how the people who seem to have the most money are also the ones who look like they have the least? I'm not talking about some extreme minimalist living in a van by choice. I'm talking about your neighbor who drives a 10-year-old Honda, wears the same jacket every winter, and somehow just paid off their house at 45. Meanwhile, someone else is pulling up in a brand new lease, designer everything, and secretly drowning in payments they can't actually afford. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Looking poor might be the smartest financial move you ever make. And I don't mean that in some cringy self-denial way. I mean it in the most liberating, powerful way possible. Let me explain. We've been conditioned to believe that success has a look, a certain car, a certain watch, a certain zip code. And if you don't have those things, you're somehow falling behind. That pressure is real. It's in every Instagram post, every family gathering, every time someone asks what you do for a living like they're sizing up your worth. But here's what most people miss. The appearance of wealth and actual wealth are two completely different things. In fact, they're often opposites, because real wealth, it's invisible. It's in your bank account, your investment portfolio, your lack of stress when an unexpected bill shows up. It's not in your driveway. The average millionaire in America doesn't drive a luxury car. They're not wearing logos. They're not trying to impress you. And that's not an accident. That's a strategy. Let's talk psychology for a second. There's this concept called status anxiety. It's the fear that people will think less of you if you don't look successful. And it's one of the most expensive emotions you can have, because once you start spending to impress others, you're stuck. You're locked into a cycle where your income has to keep going up just to maintain an image. And the image costs more every year. Nicer car, bigger house, better vacations. It never stops. But when you decide to look poor, or let's say average, you break that cycle. You stop performing. You stop spending money on things that don't actually make your life better. And suddenly, you have breathing room. That breathing room? That's where wealth actually grows. Here's a real-life example. Two people, same income. Let's say $75,000 a year. Person A leases a nice car, rents a trendy apartment, buys clothes to look the part. They're living paycheck to paycheck, maybe saving a little, but mostly just keeping up appearances. Person B drives something used but reliable. Lives somewhere affordable, dresses fine but not flashy. They're saving 20% of their income, investing it, building an emergency fund. In 10 years they have options. Financial independence isn't some distant dream. It's actually happening. Same income, completely different futures. And the only difference? One of them stopped caring what it looked like. Now, I'm not saying you should deprive yourself. I'm not saying never enjoy your money. But there's a massive difference between spending on things that matter to you and spending to prove something to people who don't. When you look poor or just normal, you give yourself permission to build wealth quietly. You remove the pressure. You stop competing in a game that nobody actually wins. And here's the beautiful part. Once you have real wealth, you still won't feel the need to show it off. Because by then, you'll have learned that the best things money buys aren't things at all. It's time. It's freedom. It's the ability to say no. It's peace of mind. So if you're feeling behind because you're not keeping up with everyone else's highlight reel, let me tell you something. You're not behind. You're just not playing the same game anymore. And that might be the smartest decision you ever make. Looking poor isn't about sacrifice. It's about seeing through the noise. It's about choosing your future over everyone else's opinion. You don't owe anyone a performance. Build quietly. Live intentionally. And let your bank account do the flexing where it actually counts.